All right. I want to welcome everybody to the RBBS weekly operational training for our sales agents and our acquisition reps and our freight agents. We have our freight agent training every Thursday at 1:15 p.m. right here, same bat channel, same bat time. All right. And hello, everyone.
Hello.
All right. Now, you all are all unmuted, so you can't speak now. All right. And how's everybody doing?
Good.
Everyone's
All right,
good.
Great. All right.
Very good.
Everybody excited? Everybody's ready to make some money?
I'm excited. I got my first one today, finally.
All right. Everybody ready to book some loads? I mean, hey, as busy as I am, I booked 3 loads this morning. Matter of fact, I was just on the phone call with one that just picked up in Miami, dropped in Hialeah, a little short run, like 16 miles, paid them like $200 bucks, something like that. And then they grabbed the other ones going to Tampa on tomorrow, and then they grabbed another one for next week that we pre-booked. So if I have time to do this, I know y'all do. Okay, so but let's get right into it. All right, a lot of exciting things have been going on. I've been noticing you all on our Facebook messenger feed, and I'm gonna pull it up here. I think you all can see it here on our Facebook messenger feed. I'm gonna have to start. I'm gonna have to add some of you all in who are not in on this. This is where we kind of conversate on some things. The big conversation that I noticed that you all have been talking about is what we talked about last week. We ended our training last week with us looking into the DAT load board. Everybody agrees that DAT is the most popular and is the most efficient, and it's the load board that has the highest paid loads of any. Okay, so everyone recognizes that as the number one, as the primo when it comes to load board. The problem with that is I really don't see a problem with it, but it can be a problem. It is expensive. It's an expensive load board. Okay, anywhere from average $149 to $267, and there's a lot of misconception about what you can and what you can't do on that. Marcus had a phone call the other night with one of the DAT reps. I called and spoke to the director of the the operations and had about an hour and a half to 2 hour phone call with her, and the misunderstanding is that if you are a dispatcher and if you're on DAT, you would have to have the authorization of a carrier before you can even start booking, or you can start doing things on that, or you have to have an MC number or a DOT number. Okay, here is the right information. Okay, the right information is this. With that, matter of fact, we're going to go to it here. With that, on the DAT load board, after my conversation with the director last night, they understand that the largest growing segment of the freight brokerage industry is dispatching. Okay, these are individuals who have no MC number, who have no DOT number, they have no credentials whatsoever because they're not required to. But that is by far the largest and fastest growing segment of the freight broker of the freight industry right now. This year it grew by almost 300%, and with that, they understand and they recognize that. So over the last year or so, that has been changing their operations. They have been changing and upgrading their guidelines. A lot of the old agents who've been with that for a long time, they are not preaching the new guidelines because they don't fully understand it yet. So like anything else, if something you're not comfortable with, something you're not used to, they kind of shy away from it and they preach to you the old stuff. They kind of pitch you with the old terms and the old things of the way they do things. So when you call them up, they may sound kind of standoffish when they're telling you, well, you got to have an MC number, or if you don't have the permission of the carrier, you can't come on and post. You can't just come on and look for loads. Well, that's true and it's not true, because here are the 2 ways you can sign up with that. Number one, if you are just a dispatcher, okay, you have no affiliations with any brokerage firm, you have no MC number, you have no DOT number, you can still get an account with that. You can get an account with that, and and you can have as many carriers, you can dispatch for as many carriers as you can handle. If you've got 150 carriers that you're dispatching for, you can go to that and look for loads for every last one of those carriers. Okay? The only thing is, when you go there, you have to post that carrier's DOT number, because you can't just go look at loads. You have to post that truck, and then you can find loads for that truck. So if you've got a carrier that you're dispatching for, that carrier is in Mobile, Alabama, all right, just get their DOT number, go to the DAT, log in, drop in their MC number, and it's going to pull up all, and their location. It's going to pull up all the loads that match that truck. You understand what I'm saying? So if your truck is a flatbed or a reefer or whatever, it's going to pull up all those loads that match that truck. Now we're going to get into later on. Now I'm going to show y'all how to work around that system and how to use what we're doing to virtually find loads for just about any truck out there on that. Now I'm going to show you, and just bear with me, and we're going to get to that. But that's how you can come on and work as a dispatcher, just strictly as a dispatcher with that. So they do have that program set up where you can do that. Okay. Now I think the cost of that, Marcus chime in here at any time. But I think the cost on that was somewhere between 149 to 260. On that was 149 to 267. You can get the lower cost one around 150, 149, or somewhere around there, or you can get the one that's fully, pimped out or maxed out or whipped out or however you want to call it. I don't know what the colloquialism is for this younger generation, but you can get it completely, with all the bells and whistles for $267 per month. But if you do that, each one of you all will have to pay $267 per month. Now, after our conversation last night with the director, and we explained to her that, look, we have a large group of individuals who both broker and dispatch. Okay, and the director, she basically said, look, here's what we can do. We can have one master account, which I think Marcus has already worked on. I don't know if he's gotten it yet or not. Marcus, did you get that account?
No, they wanted to speak with you directly to confirm. I did explain to them that you gave me consent to set it up under RBBS, and I did have the information.
Yeah.
But they wanted to speak to you directly.
Yeah, they did call me this morning, and I spoke with someone, and I let them know that you were going to be spearheading this. So I did let them know that. It's just that when they did call, I didn't have a whole lot of time to spend with them because I was in the middle of booking 3 loads. So I was right in the middle of booking 3 loads, and
yeah, they never called me back because I told them, I said, hey, I will. I'm going to be setting it up under our group, and I have the consent to do it, but they never called me back.
Well, I tell you what. What's his number?
Eric's number.
Because he sent me an email. I think I got it here in my email. He did send me an email. Let's see here. He did send me an email. It should be Eric, right?
Yeah.
Where's that email? I might be in the wrong. Hold on. Let me get to the other email. Y'all bear with me here for a second.
Yeah, the last thing he told me was, hey, I spoke to Calvin, and we'll get you guys ready to rock and roll. He just wanted to speak with you to confirm that everything was okay.
All right. Well, if he spoke to me, then that should have been his authorization right there.
I think what happened was he spoke with you before he called me back, and when he called me back, there was the confusion.
Okay. All right. Move on to this email here. But here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna call Eric right now. All right, let's call Eric. There's his number right there. All right. So whenever you all want to sign up, either get with Marcus or you all see this number that we have on the screen now. Call Eric and let him know that, hey, we want to get signed up with that under the master account, because if you do it that way, you don't pay the $267. you still get all the features of the 267 of the $267 dollar account, but that only charges $55. Now we're gonna pay a little bit more than $55, and here's the reason why. Because Marcus is gonna be setting up the master account, right? He's gonna be paying that $267 per month. Okay, it's $267 per month. Everyone is going to pay $75 per month to get on to that master RBBS account. The reason for the extra $20 is to help offset the master fee account fee of the $267. Because if you do that, everyone still gets a great deal and not having to pay the $267. But at the same time, you're not putting the extra load solely on Marcus or on one person to pay that master account for the $267. Does everybody understand that?
Got it.
Okay, and then there's going to come a point where if you're paying into that at $75, what's going to happen is as we add more people onto it, the account is going to start funding itself. So once the account starts funding it, we get enough people on that's paying it, and the extra $20 is actually more than the $267. Guess what? The money over the $267 can be funneled back down to offset the cost for the $75. You all understand how that works? Or it can be done in some form of a, whatever, however you all want to work it with. We can do it in some form of a rebate at the end of the year. When everything is paid out at the end of the year, whatever money that's left over for that rebate cost, whatever the case may be, we can do like just divide it by everybody, and everybody gets their piece of the rebate. Okay? But we're looking for a way to make that more affordable for every one of you who are involved, so that you can access that premium load board, so you all can start making some real serious money. And I'm gonna show y'all how to do that, because with that, we should be able to. There's not a trucker who would say no to a $6, $7, $8 per mile load, or $5 per mile load. Okay, and I'm gonna show y'all how we're gonna work that. But first of all,
Calvin, I got a driver right now who is has his own authority, and he does PO, but he has 10 days to take empty trailers to a different destination. So he said he wouldn't mind picking up some loads in between taking the empty trailer back. Okay. And he got excited over just I think $2.59 a mile, because that's just extra money in his pocket that he's commuting.
Now I want y'all to remember that, because we're going to talk about that here in just a minute. But first, let's make this phone call, okay? And I'm going to put this on speaker so everyone can hear it. We're going to make this phone call. Let's call Eric right now.
Thank you for calling DAT. Please listen to the following options, as the menu has recently changed. If you know your party's extension, you may enter it at any time during this menu. If you are...
Can y'all hear that?
I can hear it.
Okay.
Yep.
You reach the desk of Eric Olson on the phone or wait for my desk. If you leave me a detailed message at your name and phone number, I'll...
Guys are never easy.
As soon as possible. Thanks.
Record your message at the tone. When you are finished, hang up or press pound for more options.
Hi, Eric. This is Calvin Butler, Chief Operations Officer with RBBS Transport LLC. Here on the phone with most of our new agents, and also with Marcus. So please give us a call back. You can call me direct at 850-570-6479. Again, please give me a call back, 850-570-6479. And just in case you don't reach me, consider this as my authorizations to grant Marcus the authority to spearhead and set up that RBBS account with that. Thanks again, but please give me a call back. All right. Obviously, he wasn't picking up the phone right now, so we left him a message. But we're going to go right into showing y'all how this is going to work, okay? Because this will allow everyone to get onto that and get it at the premium price and only pay $75. And then at the end of the year, looking at a rebate on the overage that everybody's going to get, because we're going to take that money that's overage in the account from that, and it's going to be divided up by everybody who's participating, and you get your rebate check. Okay? Does everybody understand how this is going to go?
You got it.
All right, and you'll also be able to set up your own logins. So when you set up this with that and come on with under that program, you have your own login. Now the master account will appear as RBBS, okay, transport, but you all will be listed as independent dispatchers, which makes it possible for you each to have as many carriers as you would like that you can go onto that and search for loads for. Okay? Now, let's look at how we're going to make that work. Now, let me show y'all how this is going to be an advantage. Who did I have on here that received the loads? Who got the loads for the first time this morning?
I did.
Okay. You and who else? Hello? Don't everybody speak at once. I know there's some other people on here who got the loads.
I know I confirmed Tony Green did.
All right. Let me see here. Let me do something here. I'm hoping everyone can hear me. Well, I know there's some other people on here that got those loads. All right, we're sharing. Let me start the video. All right. All right. Great. Everyone should be able to see my video. All right. Now, I know everyone should have gotten the loads this morning because we send them out every morning. But there are some new people on here who should have gotten those loads for the first time. I know, Tony, you should have got it.
Got it.
Miss Worthy, didn't you get the loads for the first time this morning?
No, sir, I didn't.
Okay. Who was it that got the loads for the first time? Somebody sent me an inbox saying that they got the loads, but they didn't know what to do with them. Let's see. Who sent me that? Miss Washington. She must be on a different time frame because she is always coming here at 2:15. She thinks we start at 2:15, and I know now everyone, when I put this out, it does say 1:15 Eastern Standard Time, right?
Yes, sir, it does. And I missed the last one because I'm on Central Time, but I had to find out what Eastern Time was, so I'm an hour behind you guys.
Okay. I'm not going to let her know that it's going on now because apparently she's sending me something saying 2:15. I bet that's her calling me now. This is Calvin.
Hey, Calvin, this is Eric over at DAT. Just returning your call back.
Hey, Eric, how you doing? Glad you called me. I am actually in the conference call with the group right now, and good thing you called. Okay, so you can kind of take part of this. All right. You were looking to get back with Marcus. Marcus is going to be spearheading the project on that load board. Okay.
Yeah, and I had to do an agreement based off of what little information I had, but obviously I'm glad we're able to connect so we can make sure we're getting you on the correct level with the correspondence of what you're needing today. All
right, here's what we're going to be doing. Okay, here's what we're going to be doing. We're going to do the master count at the 267. Okay, then we're going to be adding independent dispatchers as we go along because we're always training, we're always bringing on new people. Okay, and they're going to be coming on and they're going to be adding. Each one of them is going to be paying your $55 per month. Okay, and Dave, as I spoke with, I think your director last night. I was on the phone with her for like almost.
Right. So.
Yeah.
So each user cannot be billed separately. It'd be all under one person.
All under one person. Because it's going to be all under one person, and then they're going to be paying into it themselves at $55.
Consuela Washington.
As we add people, it's going to increase by $55 per month. You see how that works? Right.
All right. So
on the agreement that was sent over to Marcus.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
He's gonna have, yeah, he's gonna set up on our end through his Square account to collect the payments from all of our agents, and that Square account will be used to pay for, the monthly fees every month.
So what I had sent out today was a 169 broker account for one user. So the 269, do you have two people wanting to use it or just one?
What, the master account?
Well, there's an office at 269 and a select at 169.
We're using the one at the 260, whatever the higher amount is.
So that's the office level, and additional users are $55.
Exactly, additional users at $55. And
right.
the office can have two administrators. Is that what you're saying?
No, you can add users to it.
Let's say that again now.
Okay, on the office level, you can. It's called office, so you can add users to it.
Okay, maybe I'm misunderstanding you. I'm not hearing you correctly. It sounds like you're saying that on the office level, you can have two logins for the actual office level.
Well, 269 is going to give you one user ID, and any additional users, you can add them on for $55.
Okay, all right, I got that. Additional users, you add them on for $55.
Yes, right. The 169 and 269 are one login at subscription. One's just one login, you can't add any on there. The office is 269, you can add whatever you want for $55.
We're not concerned with the one something. We're only concerned with the 269 that
So
allows.
we can just set you up on the office level at 269, and then when you guys need to add the users on there.
Exactly. You can add users
Okay.
on. And each user will have their own login, correct?
Yeah, each user is going to have their own unique login. That is correct. Yes.
All right. And since we have this feature set, make sure we understand what we're doing here. Because when they log in and they want to search for one of their carriers, all they have to do is come in, put in that carrier's DOT number, and then they can search for loads for that truck. Is that correct?
Well, no. What you would be doing is you would say, okay, where is the truck at?
Yes.
What kind of equipment it is? Where's the truck going to go to? And you'd be able to go search. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, you're gonna post the truck. You're gonna post it with the DOT number. You're gonna post it with flatbed, reefer, dry van, just whatever case it is. It's located in Mobile, Alabama, and then you're gonna hit search for loads. And it's gonna pull up, and it should pull up all the loads that are leaving out of and bound Mobile, Alabama. Is that correct?
Yeah. So after revising this agreement there and submitting it over, so you're going to actually be doing not a broker, you're going to actually be doing a carrier dispatch service.
Exactly.
Okay. So that's going to be a carrier account, not a broker account. Okay, and that's going to be $249 instead of $269.
All right, but does it still work the same way?
Yeah, so the broker account has the ability to post loads and search for trucks. Okay. A carrier account has the ability to post trucks and search for loads, just exactly just we're saying.
Yeah.
Okay. Because if we got you on the other one, which is the one I originally sent you over to, you wouldn't have the ability to post the trucks because it's a broker account.
Yeah, we need to be able to post the truck, because if we come in under the broker account, because if we came in under a broker account, we could post loads, but we couldn't post trucks. Is that correct?
Right.
All right. We want to be able to post trucks, not loads.
Right. So that'd be a carrier account.
Exactly. Now, in doing the carrier account, do we have to have a carrier authority?
That's the part I was just about to get to. Okay. So I will need a a list of your current carriers you're going to be loading, so I can put them in the system so we have information on them. So when you call the broker, when they ask for that MC number, they're going to have it already in the system.
Okay. So how do we add new carriers if we're adding new carriers?
All you got to do is just shoot us an email of the new ones you've added. We'll manually add them in a minute.
How long does that take?
It doesn't take that long.
Well, how long is not that long?
Well, it depends on if we already have them in the system or if we don't. If we don't have them in the system, then we have to go out and gather their insurance information, all that. So.
Okay. And from your experience, how long does that take?
It depends on how fast they can get in contact with the insurance agent, because DAT is going to be listed as a certificate holder on behalf of the load brokers in her system.
Okay. So what you're telling me? So what you're telling me is this?
It could be 15 minutes. It could be probably a day or two sometimes, depending on how that happens. But that's not gonna stop you from usually getting loaded. The broker could usually call the agent directly.
Okay. All right. Great. So you can still look for the load. You just gotta call the agent directly.
Right. What this is doing is streamlining the having to do that, because they already have it right there.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
All right. That's what I was.
And they don't have it, right? They're going to be like, well, how come you're not in that system? And then they start thinking what happened here is the identity got stolen, that kind of thing.
I got you.
It's all.
All right. So that's what I was getting at, because the conversation I had last night with your director, she said that because that is moving towards trying to accommodate more dispatchers, that is the fastest growing segment of the freight industry right now.
It is growing.
And it's growing pretty rapidly, and that was not originally set up to accommodate dispatchers, but you all are making some information changes to account for that and try to stay ahead of the curve. All right.
Right. So you don't, as a dispatch service, you don't have an actual government. That's what she was basically saying. So you don't have a government issued number, and you're not like ran under a certain level. If you don't do something, you're right. You can get your license pulled because you don't have one. Okay. So what we basically look at is setting it up under your first and last name. So basically that's all. It's basically how we be able to distinguish, licensed companies and more of a contractor.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you guys are fine there from everything. I've been working at DAT for 17 years, and I've worked with my manager, Janice, we were speaking with for 11 or 12 of those.
Okay.
So.
All right, great. Okay. Well, let's do this then. Marcus is going to contact you later. We're right in the middle of a training call right now.
So everything that we just talked about, I updated it for you. So now all he has to do is just finish the rest of the registration, which only takes about 5 minutes.
Okay.
Then I'll just need basically those.
I'll supply him. I'll supply him with carriers who we're already working with. Then I'll go ahead and get those over to you. We will be adding more as time goes on.
Definitely.
All right.
Okay. No problem.
All right. Thank you.
Talk to you again.
Bye-bye. All right, Marcus, you got that?
Yeah, I got it. Your audio is really, really bad. I don't know if it's because
because I was trying to hold the speakerphone up to the mic at the same time, and had to take half my headset off just so I don't know if you all could hear all of that. But essentially, here's what's happening. All right, the fee is not going to be $267. It's going to be $249. So that means that we're only going to wind up paying. You still got to pay the $55. Still got to be the $75. But what that's going to do is, though, it's going to give us the overage a lot quicker. In other words, our account is going to go into the black a lot quicker on our, which makes at the end of the year the rebate fund that y'all get will be would be larger, which is good. This is good for you all, okay? Because you get a larger rebate at the end of the year, okay? Because the master account is not going to be as much as we first thought it was. All right, but everybody got the gist of how that account is going to work, okay?
Got it.
Right? All right.
Hey, Calvin, let me ask you a question. Did you, because he kind of, I don't know, I think he kind of, anyway, I was wanting to know, what did you think about what he said as far as supplying a list of the carriers, DOT? He didn't seem to have a direct answer when you said how long it was going to take.
Yeah, because here is what his answer was on that. If you get to that point to where that carrier is not part of their list, just like we do when we call on 123 load board, and we call and talk to the agent directly that posted that load, that's what you're going to be doing.
Right.
Because remember, on that, you got to put it into the system. You got to actually type it into the system and submit it. But if it doesn't come back that carrier is listed with them, then just call the number and talk directly with the agent, like we do with 123. Because we don't put anything in the system on 123, right? We call the agent. We automatically call the agent. So it's the same thing. Except for with that, you got to.
So the agent's not gonna have a problem with not seeing the DOT number into that system.
He may or he may not. Yeah.
I have a question when you guys get a break.
But let me finish answering this question. He may or he may not. Okay, but if he doesn't, that's where we come in as salespeople. Because remember, this is still sales. This is still sales, and you don't have to lie to him. Just be honest with him and say, hey, this is one of our new carriers. Obviously, he's not set up with you all. That process has started because we have submitted it. We've already spoken with Eric over at that. He told us when this happens, just call you all the agent. Look, normally when you start name dropping people within a company and you are up front and you're dropping names on people say, oh, okay, well, yeah, Eric can get that taken care of. Well, let me give you the information on this load. And just keep right on moving. Here's the thing. It's like I always tell you all. If you make it a big deal, it would be a big deal. If you don't make it a big deal, it would not be a big deal. That's one of the first rules of sales. Don't worry about the small stuff. Rule number 2, everything is small stuff. You understand? Don't make stuff a big deal because people feed off of your emotions. People feed off of where you're coming from. If you're coming at it from a stance as you're worried about it, oh, this is a problem. Oh my God, I can't believe this is happening. Oh my, guess what? They're gonna be the same way. Oh my God, I can't believe this is happening. That's sales.
Yeah.
That's sales. Okay. Don't create a
problem.
Well,
I already set up. I already set up the Square account. I was trying to adjust the tickets to say RBBS dispatch, and everything is already set up as far as the link for everyone to get their pay for their user service.
Okay. Yeah. People are sending me stuff on Facebook, and I know that there's a lot of static. For one thing. Because we've got a lot of people on here today. And we also were trying to have a phone call outside of the headset, and it was on speaker. So yeah, we're gonna have some static problems, but the playback should be a lot better when you play this back. Okay. All right. So now let's move on and show you what we were talking about. Now,
Calvin, can I ask one question?
Yeah, go ahead.
When you call in from that as a dispatcher to a number, I guess that's a broker that you're calling for a load. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. When you give that broker the DOT information, aren't they going to ask you about a carrier packet that they want to send and have you signed off on?
Are you going to ask me what now?
Or are they going to ask you to have that carrier fill a carrier package in order to have them in their system to pick up that load that they have posted?
No, because when you send it in, if they're not already in the system, and you put in a request for it, that starts that. Like you said, it takes them a couple of days, so they've got to start doing the paperwork and get that carrier loaded up in the system.
Okay.
It's not like you got to go to a separate page and then start a carrier app. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
I mean, but I'm gonna go with that with him when we get more into that, because one of the conversations that we just had and the conversation that we had last night, okay, it's not like you go in, you put in a DOT number. That DOT number is not already in their system. I don't think it's gonna take you to a whole different screen to where now you got to put in all the information, you got to put in the insurance information, you got to load them. It's like an onboarding. Well, you don't do that, they do that, because you've already put the DOT number. Let me give you a secret. You can put a DOT number in Google, and it'll give you that information. It'll tell you who the carrier is. It'll tell you how many inspections they had. It'll tell you who the insurance company is. It'll tell you if that insurance is up to date or not. Now,
of course.
And I'm willing to bet you 90% of you didn't know that.
And Google tells you anything you're asking.
Exactly. So when we give them that carrier DOT number, they've got everything they need to start their own application process. The fact that it's not in their system and someone has submitted it tells them that it needs to be added in. It needs to be added in under who? The account that put it into the system, that asked about it. You understand?
The carrier account, gotcha.
All right. So, did everybody understand that? All right. Great. Now let's go over here. Notice here we're looking at 123 load board. We're gonna sign in here real quick. 123 load board. I'm gonna show you all how to get just about every truck driver to just lay down and say, okay, yeah, let's go and do this dispatch agreement and let's get this load. I'm gonna show you how to book. This is how you're gonna book 10 loads a day. Okay, and I need everybody to pay close to this, because I'm telling you, this is how you're going to book 10 loads per day. Now, everyone understands that when we come into our, now some of you new people, you haven't seen this before, but this is one of our load boards. Okay, we have basically 3 load boards that we use right now. We use 123, we use Truckers Path, and we use All Freight Connect. Okay, and I'll be sending you all the logins for those load boards if you don't have them already. I promise I'll get them to you either today or early tomorrow or tonight, but you will get them. Okay. Oh, and by the way, I apologize for us not putting the loads up on yesterday, but that was done for 2 reasons. Number one, we were in the process of moving into our new office, so all the computers and stuff were pulled out, unplugged, so there was no way for us to send them. Number two, it gave us an insight as to how many of you are actually looking at this from a business owner standpoint, because that's the mind frame you need to be in. I say this every week. You all are now business owners. You need to start thinking like business owners. And as a business owner, if you were not getting spoon-fed the loads that we send you every day, as a business owner, you know that Barb is our supplier of our contracted loads, and you know that Ryan is the supplier of our Warner loads, and you know that Inland is the supplier of our container loads. Now, you all are all business owners. So what would a business owner do? A business owner would call Barb and say, hey, Barb, I didn't get the loads today. I think something is down with the system. Can you send me those loads? You think Barb is going to not want to send you money, send you a way for her to make money? Any one of those people will gladly accommodate you. Why? Because it's about making money. Because they are business owners, and they are thinking like business owners. You all need to start doing the same thing. Okay? The reason why you all came on with RBBS because you didn't want to go to a regular firm where you're being treated as an employee, because you're not an employee. You all are business owners. You all are partners with RBBS Transport. Each and every one of you is a business owner. Each and every one of you is a partner. So each and every one of you, if you don't get something from us, if our system goes down, you have every right as a business owner to call up the shipper, because you know who the shippers are, and say, hey, I didn't get the load today. And they say, oh, well, we can't have that, because they don't want that. They want you to get the loads. So if that happens again, if you don't have our loads by 9:45 or 10 o'clock, yeah, feel free to call Barb. Feel free to call Ryan. Feel free to call inland and say, hey, this is such and such with RBBS Transport. We normally get the loads every morning, but for some reason I didn't get it. Can you send me a copy of it? I just have them send it over to your RBBS email address. That's all you got to do. Okay? Are everybody straight on that?
Who to call for the container load, Calvin?
Barb, we have to go, for the new people. I have to go over with y'all who that is. This morning, y'all got 2 sets of y'all probably got 3 sets of loads. I got 2. You got the raw master copy that had our shipper's information on it. Do you remember that copy?
Right.
Then you got another copy, which was the same load, but it had our information on it and our agent's extensions on it. The new people's extensions were not on there yet. Those will be put on there by Friday. Okay?
Okay.
That second copy that you get that has the agent's number and the RBBS logos and stuff on it, that is the copy you all can share. That's the copy you can post on social media. That's the copy you can send out to the truck drivers or whoever else you want to send it out to let people know that, hey, we got loads. Do not ever share the master copy because it has our shipper's information on it. We do not share our shipper's information with anyone outside of RBBS Transport. You understand that?
Got it.
Okay, all right. You only share the copy that has been restructured to show our information and not our shipper's information. All right. Now, let's get back to show you how you're going to increase your load bookings and pretty much guarantee that you're going to get drivers to lay down for you. All right, this is one of our load boards. This was one of our main load boards. That is going to overtake that. But this is still going to play a very key part in you all booking a lot of loads. So here's what I want you all to do. When you all get your DAT account set up, I want you to have your DAT load board loaded up, and I want you to have your 1, 2, 3 load board loaded up. Okay? When you go to the 1, 2, 3 load board, you're immediately going to go to truck locator. So when you go to truck locator, it's going to have our loads already listed in here. Why is it not posting our loads today? I know we sent the loads out. All right. For some reason, it's not posting out. I don't know why they don't have our loads posted, and that's not good. That should not be happening. Well, let's try Trucker's Path.
Yeah, I got that same message late last night.
I don't know why they're not posting our loads, because we sent the loads out to them early this morning. And we sent them out yesterday. Late yesterday, sent them out yesterday, so they got loads. They got your loads yesterday afternoon, and they got loads this morning, so I don't know why they're not posted. I'm going to have to call them on that to find out what's going on. But let's go to Trucker's Path here real quick. Truck loads. Sign in. All right, we're gonna sign in. All right, there it is. All right, well, let's go to Trucker Pad, but it's gonna work the same way. All right, here's what you're gonna do. Now, everybody knows that there are tens of thousands of truck drivers on Trucker Path and on 123, right? Everybody agrees with that, right?
Agree.
All right. A lot of y'all are silent today. I mean, what's wrong? Did somebody take y'all's bicycle? Okay. Let's see here with Washington's phone going. I can't. Okay, let's see here. All right. Can everybody hear me okay?
Only green.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes.
All right. Everybody can hear me okay right now? All right. Ms. Lawrence, are you still there?
I'm here, but I hear a lot of static from the 205 number. I'm wondering if you could mute that phone.
All right. Yeah, I could, but I need to hear the feedback from people, and I can't really get the feedback if I've got them muted. Hold on for a second. Okay. What about now? Is that better for you?
Well, I can hear you. It's still static. That's okay. I'm texting her now. Thanks.
I don't know what's going on with the system, but anyway, here are the lows. All right, when you go into 123, or when you go into our truckers path, either one that you go into is immediately going to pull up all of our loads. And as the trucker path has our loads listed, I don't know why the other one doesn't. But anyway, they have all 67 of our loads on here. Now, what happens is when you click on one of our loads, let's start at this New London, North Carolina to Madison, Virginia. When you click on one of our loads, you notice here on the, you can click on it. I'm sorry, you can click on it and get the information, but then you go up here and click where it says truck search. You highlight a load, and then you go truck search. You go truck search, look what happens. It pulls up a map over here. Okay, it pulls up a map. And then you click the load, and because we got the load already clicked, and it tells you who that truck is. Okay, like here, this is TNT Farms Incorporated is this first truck that we have here, TNT Farms Incorporated, and it has they're a flatbed, and the name is, the driver's name is Kevin Ellis, DOT number is that, email address is that, cell phone number is that right there. Okay, it even has over here, you know, a little stuff about its operation insurance or whatever the case may be. Now, here's how you're gonna make money using that by this is what we call cross posting. Okay, this is what we call, not cross-posting, cross-booking. We're going to do some what we call cross-booking, okay? Now, some of you who have been in freight broking before, you know what cross-booking is. And this is what we're going to do. Because here's what happens is, everybody on 123 and everybody on Truckers Path, they're not used to the type of rates that they're seeing on that. This load board right here that you're on right now, 123 and Truckers Path, every now and every blue moon, you may see a load that's paying $4.55 per mile. Every blue moon. The majority of the loads are going to be what? Anybody can tell those of us who haven't been here long what the majority of the loads are paying on these load boards?
About
above $2.
$2.25, $2.75 per hour.
Exactly. $2 to $3 per mile. Okay, that's what they're used to. All right. What are the loads on average on that? Anybody?
That is anywhere about $2.25 up.
Exactly. $3.25 up, right?
Right.
Right. So it's common to see a $4.55 per mile load on that. That's pretty commonplace. So what happens when you introduce someone who is not used to seeing that type of load? What do they normally do? They lay down for you, right?
They want the load.
Right?
Yeah, they lay down for it.
Exactly. So here's what you're going to do. You're going to open up your 123 or your Truckers Path. You're going to go to the first load that's on our load sheet, and you're going to work your way down. And here's what you're going to do. You're going to click on that first load, like we're on right here, but you have 422 carriers in all states that match that load. Now, if you want to do it just for, for flatbeds and not any of the other ones, you want to do just flatbeds, and you want to do all the ones that have anything from a condition to a satisfactory, and you click search, and bam, you have 102 carriers. Okay? Now, if you want to do it for just certain states, if you know you're in Alabama, and you got a load leaving from Alabama, you click on that, you click search, all right, bam, look at that. It pulls up that little radius thing that we like to see. All right? And it tells you all the trucks that are in the area, right? And it gives you the little radius of where they are. It tells you, you click on the little blue circle is trucks. By the way, now me personally, I like 123. So the 123, the matches, they look like trucks, so you know they're trucks, and it's a little bit more simpler to operate on 123. But this does the same thing. Here you have trucks that are in Alabama, and they're around Alabama. around the area of where your load is. And you basically are just going to start calling them up. Like you got 102 trucks that are flatbed trucks, right? You know their DOT number because it's listed right there. You know the name of the truck company. It's all listed right there. So you call them up, and in this case, we will be calling Anthony Kennedy. You call up Mr. Kennedy and say, hey, Mr. Kennedy, how you doing? Hey, I'm doing all right. Hey, this is such and such with RBBS Transport LLC. I see here you have a truck right now that's right there in Athens, Alabama. He goes, yeah, I got a truck here in Athens. You may say to him, well, you know, we got a load in that area, you know, and it's leaving from there on tomorrow. Would you like to know what it's about? Or would you like to run that load? He gonna say what? Well, what's his paying? Now, you may get into what our load has, and he may say yay or nay, because our first goal is to do what? Is to book the loads that we have, right? That's our first obligation. To try and book the loads that we have on the contract, because we told the shippers that we would try our best to move their loads. Now, if he says, well, I'm not really interested in that load, it's not paying enough. He said, okay, well, what type of loads are you interested in? Well, it's got to pay more than that. Okay, well, give me a number. What loads, at what number would you take a load from us? I said, well, if it was paying $3.50 per mile or $4 per mile, I'd think about it. No, I don't want to know what you think about. Tell me a number that you would run a load for. Okay, if it's paying $3.80 a mile, yeah, I'll run it. All right, hold on for a second. I got some loads that pay that all day long. Would you like me to search for some of those loads for you right now? And of course, you're going to say, well, yeah, see what you can find. Now, what did he just do? What did he just do? He just gave you the authority to do what? Go find him a load, right?
Yes, I guess I'm the
right.
right answer.
You asked him for his permission to go find your load. He said, go right ahead. He just gave you the authority to go find him a load. So now you're going to do what? You're going to shoot right over to that. Everybody see what's going on? You're going to shoot it over to that. You're not going to tell him you're going over to that, but you're going to go over to that. You're going to log in. You're going to put in his DOT number. And it's going to pull up all the trucks. And you're going to put in where he's at, what type of truck he has. And it's going to pull up all the trucks, all the loads that are in and around his truck right now, that are leaving out whenever, today, tomorrow, next week, whatever the case may be. And those loads are going to be paying a lot more money than the loads that were on what? Truckers Pass or 123 load. Do you all understand what we just did?
Yep. You may use three load boards.
Exactly.
Permission.
And by exposing him to those type of loads, you now become what? His best friend. You became his super dispatcher. You became his only dispatcher. Because every time you call him with the load, you're going to call him with loads from what? From that. Now, you're not going to ever tell him, yeah, I get my loads from that. He's thinking you're still on Trucker Pass. He's thinking you're still on 123. So he's wondering, how can you find these loads nobody else can't find? But guess what? That's a secret you're going to take to your grave. You are never going to let him know that you're getting your loads from that load board. You understand what I'm saying? Because you paying that 55 or that, or in our case, that $75 per month. You understand what I'm saying? So that's a secret you're going to take to your grave. But guess what? You just got yourself a client who is loyal to you because you're feeding him loads that's running him, paying him what? $4, $5, $6 per mile. When he was used to what? $1.50, $2.75 per mile. That's how you book 10 loads a day, people. Because you can repeat this process over and over and over and over again. And just like this one load, this one load is showing you 102 trucks, we on average post what? 60 to 100 loads per day. And just like this one load is showing 100 loads per truck, you multiply that 102 average loads per load, trucks per load, multiply that times 62, and it gives you the number of trucks you can call on a daily basis. And you can just go down the list. Go down the list, call every truck out and repeat the process over and over and over again. I guarantee you, if you contacted, if you got 20 drivers on the phone, you didn't tell me you're not going to book 33% of them using that method and using those loads coming from that versus the loads coming from 123 and Truckers Pass. Not only that, your commission would be higher. Why? Because the loads are paying more. You're now getting your what? Your 50% of our brokerage fee from a higher paying load. So, where's Mr. Courtney Phoenix at? Courtney, are you still with us? Is Courtney on here today? Courtney.
Yeah, I'm here.
All right.
Yeah,
All right. Now, I'm gonna tell y'all this right now. We actually have an invoice out to a carrier where Courtney booked what, 4 loads? Courtney?
Yeah, 4 loads.
It was 4 loads, and the total amount on those load fees was $8,450, which means that carrier now owes us $845, which means $422.50 is going to court. That's averaging on his cut. He's averaging about what? About $102 per load, and those loads were averaging what, 2,400, whatever. Those what, 225, 250 a mile, right?
Yeah, well, less than that. Be honest.
Okay.
About $2 a mile. Yeah, about $1.90 to $2 a mile.
Yeah. So those loads were paying less than 225 miles, like $1.95, $2, somewhere around there. What happens to your commission when those, based on that, the same four loads, but your load fees are $4,000. Your load fees are $3,500. Your load fees are $5,000. You understand? So now you're not looking at on a $3,000 load. You're looking at $150, check on your end. At a $5,000 load, you're looking at what? $250 check on one load. And those are loads you find on that. You're not gonna find those loads on 123 and on Truckers Pass. And here's another good thing about it. Out of all those tens of thousands of drivers who are on Truckers Pass and 123, how many of you think if they were on that they would even be making themselves available on Truckers Pass on 123? So what does that tell you?
No.
It tells you that they don't have access to that. For whatever reason, they don't have access to that. And the reason they don't have the access to it is for the same reason that some of you were hesitating on getting into the DAT system with us, because you were looking at it and saying, and that's why we sat down and came up with a way to make it and try to find a more affordable way for everyone to get involved with a DAT system. Because trust me, if you get on that, watch your income explode. Watch your load bookings explode if you use this cross booking method. Okay? Use the cross booking. Have yourself a setup to where you have multiple screens that you can pull up. If you can afford it, get yourself one of those computers that have the dual screens or the different monitors, or connect separate monitors to your one computer. I mean, you can just do a simple, get you a monitor and plug it into your computer, and you can have your laptop regular screen up, you have a bigger monitor up, or whatever it may be, and you can put you can pull up one screen where it's on Internet Explorer, the other one may be on Google Chrome, and another one may be on Mozilla. So now you got 3 separate screens where you can pull up 3 separate load boards, and you can just go back and forth between them. You can go from you can book stuff from Truckers Pass and 123, but then cross book them with the loads from that. That's all you're doing. You can just sit there and just and just have a field day, just making phone calls, just going down the list. You can go right down the list, make phone calls, cross book loads, and you're good to go. Now, for those of you who haven't gone through this before, how do you book a load? How do you book a dispatch load. Now, we've been talking about dispatching because that's how you're going to make most of your money. Okay, I know a lot of brokerage firms don't preach this because a lot of brokerage firms, you can't dispatch. That's why they don't preach this. And a lot of brokerage firms, you can only broker. You can only deal with the loads that that brokerage firm has under contract. If the brokerage firm does not have those under contract, you can't do anything with it. Here, we can, because you all are both dispatching and you are brokers, or you are freight agents. You're not brokers yet, but you're freight agents. Okay, so you can do both. Now, the difference is, for those of you who have been with us for a while, you know this, but we got some new people on. Here's the difference between brokering and dispatching. These are our broker loads. I'm gonna show you what our broker loads are. Our broker loads are the Tampa International loads. Give me a second here. This is an example of our broker loads. Okay, this is our Tampa International load. Okay, this is from our broker loads. When you see this list right here comes up, these are all our flatbed loads from Tampa International, and we are under contract with Tampa International. That's broker load. Okay, a dispatch load is any load you pull from the load board that didn't come from our broker load. Plain and simple. Okay, because 99% of all loads that are posted onto load boards are put there by brokers. And you don't want to go in and broker a load that's already listed with a broker, because that is called double broker. But because you are independent and you can take off your broker's hat and put on your dispatch hat anytime you want, guess what? You all can go grab a load off the load board and then book it as a dispatcher. The only difference is, as a dispatcher, we are paid by the carrier. As a broker, the carrier is paid by us. As brokers, we assume responsibility for that load. We grab that load under our own authority. Our insurance is covering that load. That's what it means to broker a load. As a dispatcher, you and RBBS is working for that truck driver, working for that carrier. And we're finding a load for that carrier, so the carrier gets paid by the shipper or by the broker who posted that load, and then when that carrier gets his money, he then pays us. Now, a lot of you are probably saying to yourself, so we got to wait for the carrier to send us our money? Well, yeah, because if it was reversed, they have to wait for us to send us their money. Same thing. But us being innovative and taking that into consideration, we've come up with a way to get paid quicker and more expedient. We rely on Square. We have a Square account that's set up. And through that Square account, we are able to invoice the carriers who we dispatch for. As soon as you dispatch the load and that dispatch agreement comes over to us and we get that information on the confirmation sheets and everything, we send them the confirmation sheet, but we also send them the invoice along with that initial confirmation sheet. And that invoice basically tells them that to pay this load, to pay us our cut, all they've got to do is click on the invoice, and they can pay with a debit or credit card. And it goes right into our Square account immediately. And when that money hits our Square account, then we can click on it, and we can send you your half, and you will get it either in your text message or you'll get it on an email, and all you got to do is click on it, and you can have your money deposited onto any debit, credit card, or right into your bank account right from your phone or from your email. Okay, so
hey Calvin, I got a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
When we are dispatching, we got our dispatching hats on, and we contact the brokers for the loads that we want to set up for the drivers. I spoke with a broker today, and they were pretty laid back. You know, I guess they're familiar with it, but once we are letting them know that we have a driver, is there something that we're supposed to be, are we supposed to be giving the broker any information on behalf of RBBS?
No, because we're not assuming our responsibility for the load. The only thing that we give them.
Okay, so as long as that driver has that dispatch agreement with us,
exactly, then all you give them is the driver's DOT number. or the driver's MC number. You don't give them RBBS DOT number or RBBS MC number, because RBBS is not, because we're not acting as a broker at that point. We are an independent dispatch firm. We are a dispatch agency. And dispatch.
Okay, so I think what happened was the load wasn't confirmed yet, and because I asked the broker, does she need the DOT or MC number of the carrier, and she said no, but she said she was going to go ahead and make or send an email or something. So I don't know if the load is not given.
Nah, if she sent where did she send the email to? Did she send it to dispatch at RBBS Transport?
No. She didn't know anything about this RBBS. What I was calling was to confirm that the load was available, and I had already sent the dispatch agreement to the driver.
Okay.
But I was confirming with the broker, what was the pickup times and because the driver had some questions. He wanted to know when would I have to pick it up and when when is it going to be delivered? When does it have to be delivered?
Okay.
So I called the broker to get that information, and it didn't work out for him as far as that particular load because he wasn't going to be in the area. So I was wanting to know, when you do find a match for the carrier or for the driver, then you've already given the dispatch agreement to the driver.
Yeah. Here's the procedure. If you follow if you follow these steps, you'll never go wrong. Okay. You get a driver on the phone. Driver says, "Okay, I want to know about this particular load." You call him. You get the driver. He's hooked on the load. He wants the load. You say, "Great. Let me send you over our dispatch agreement." Okay. You send him the dispatch agreement. On the dispatch agreement, it tells him to send it back to what? Dispatch@RBBStransport.com. Make sure you repeat that to him. When you sign the dispatch agreement, send it back over to RBBS. Send it back over to dispatch@RBBStransport.com. All right. Now, when he does, when you call him up and he says, "All right," but then now you got to call him what? You got to check the load with the person who posted it, right? With the broker, right?
Yeah.
All right. So now you call up that broker. You say, "Hey, this is what you call it. So. I'm a dispatcher for such and such driver, and I'm a dispatcher for such and such driver, and I'm looking at a load that you all have, and what's the specifics on this load? Where's it going? How much weight it is, what's required of it, and how much it's paying." So it's paying such and such. Weight is this, and that. All right. Great. At that point, if they ask you for the driver's information, all right, try to put them on hold to check to make sure that driver has sent that dispatch agreement in. Okay? But you don't necessarily have to. Okay? You don't necessarily have to. But if you've already got a confirmation from the driver that he sent the dispatch agreement in, or whatever the case may be, then you can go ahead on and say, "Okay, all right, great." As long as you know that dispatch agreement has been sent, or you're pretty sure it's on its way. At that point, then you can say, "Okay, great. My driver wants that load. Can you send the confirmations over to dispatch@RBBStransport.com?" Okay. It's okay. Great.
So what happened was I was on 123 load board, and I had got the names of two independent drivers that had their own authority last night from a friend of mine. And when I called them, they was already under a load, but they was going to be free tomorrow. So I asked them where they was going to be, and I looked it up on the 123 load board. When I typed up the city, then it gave me some loads. So at that point, I called the brokers to see if what the load was paying, because I get the rate had one thing. When I called them, they said different.
You backed away from your mic or something, because you sound like you way down the hallway.
Oh, sorry. This phone always does that. But anyway, I had a number to a owner operator that has his own authority, and he was already under a load and was going to be empty tomorrow. So I went on 123 load board and typed in the city that he's going to be in, and found a load and asked him where he wanted to go. Okay, so I typed in that. It pulled up several loads, but when I hit the rates, it said $4.12. So I was kind of surprised because I was like, why is it saying $4.12? So when I called, the broker quoted me the rate, which was pretty much half of that, which it came out to about $2 and some change per mile. The driver was still okay with that because he said, well, hey, that's still not bad because the load only weighed 5,000 pounds. But the one thing about it is, when I asked them did they want the driver's information, they said no. So that kind of confused me because I was like, okay, do they have to confirm that load is? Anyway, what I found out was that the lady had to make a phone call or email to somebody to get the load.
Who, the driver had to make a phone call to somebody, or the broker had to make a phone call?
I dialed the number that was on 123 load board, and
but who had to make a phone? You said that okay, don't worry about that. You said that the lady had to make a phone call to get the load. Who is the lady? Is the lady the broker or the driver? She said that the load. She answered the phone, and she told me her name. I guess she was the broker, and she said this load is still available. I said, okay, I have a driver, but I needed to know some information. When is the pickup time so I can know if the driver is available? So she said she had to make a phone call. Yeah, here is what was happening. She was a broker, okay? She had to call her customer, see if the load was available. Just like if someone called you on a load that we had from Tampa International, you have to call who? Barb, to find out if the load is still available, right? Oh, okay. That's all that was. She was a broker. She had to call the customer to find out if the load was still available. And like when you call Barb, does Barb need the drivers or need anything from the driver? No, because Barb is what? We're taking responsibility for the load. Barb is sending everything over to us, right? Just like she didn't need it. Why? Because she was taking responsibility for the load. She was the broker. On that end, she is the broker. See, you were still thinking in terms of you being a broker, even though you were in your dispatch mode. You're still thinking like a broker because you're thinking, okay, well, do I need to get no? In that scenario, because she's the broker, some brokers, some carriers, or some shippers do not require the carrier's information because that is going to be put on the confirmation sheet when they send it over, and you send it over to them. They got to fill out that confirmation sheet. When they send it back, it's going to have the information on it. You understand what I'm saying? Gotcha. Okay. So who gets the when I get off that phone and my driver already has his dispatch agreement, then we're done. Have everybody send everything to dispatch@rbbstransport.com. Plain and simple. The driver dispatch agreement goes to RBBS Transport, goes to dispatch@rbbstransport.com. When you call the broker, the confirmation sheet goes to dispatch@rbbstransport.com. That's the only email address you got to send stuff to. That's the only email address you give anybody. Everything goes to dispatch@rbbstransport.com. Because when that comes to us, if we get a dispatch agreement that's coming to us from a random broker, right? If you've done your job right, which means when you dispatch the load, you did what? You also what? You text us, called us, emailed us, or hit us up on Facebook and say, hey, I just dispatched the load, right? Okay. Right? So I guess I was kind of confused on how that needs to close because I still have to do this in the morning. As far as the details of the load, the driver doesn't know anything about the load. And so maybe I didn't finish the conversation with the person. It's just that you're overthinking it, and you're thinking the way brokers do stuff the other way. Okay.
Okay.
Remember, we handle all the paperwork. We handle all that. We handle all that. Just remember this. We handle all the paperwork. So all you got to do is relay it. All right. If you get, if you're going to be booking a load, whether dispatching or booking, if you're dispatching a load and you call and you send out the dispatch agreement, you have the carrier send that dispatch agreement back to where? Let me hear you say it.
Dispatch at RBBS.com.
Yeah, that's right. Dispatch at RBBStransport.com. Get that embedded in you all's mind, because that is the only email address you're ever going to have people send stuff to. Okay, you're not going to have them send it back to your personal email address. You're not going to have them send it back to your email address. You're going to have them to send it over to dispatch at RBBStransport.com. Okay, no matter what. If you call up that carrier and you send them a dispatch agreement, that dispatch agreement comes back to dispatch at RBBStransport.com. When you get that dispatch agreement back, and then you call up the person who posted the load onto the load board, whether it's a broker, shipper, whether it's, Tom, Cat, Harry, whoever it is that posted that load, when you talk to them and you say, and you give them, if they want the carrier's information, fine, give them the carrier's information, DOT number, who the carrier is, whatever the case may be. Because remember, you're working for the carrier at that point. You are dispatching for the carrier. And then when they ask you, where do we need to send this to, they send it to where? Dispatch at RBBStransport.com.
Got you. So that's the part that was missing, because it wasn't a confirmed agreement that the driver was going to take the load. So I didn't get that far because the driver was not available. Okay.
But yeah, when you get that far, everything goes to dispatch at RBBStransport.com. Plain and simple.
Gotcha.
And then you then notify us that of what you have done. Just call and say, hey, I just dispatched the load. That gives us a heads up to do what? Look for the dispatch agreement that's coming and look for the confirmation that's coming, so that we can get it, right? When we get the confirmation, right, we're probably gonna hit you up and say, hey, we just got that confirmation, or we just got that dispatch agreement, whatever it is. We're gonna hit you up and let you know we got it. We're either gonna text you, I'm gonna hit you back on Facebook, or we're gonna call you or something. We're gonna say, we're gonna let you know we got it. All right. From there, here's what's gonna happen. We are going to contact that driver. Why? Because you've already given us the driver's cell phone number when you contact us and say, I dispatch load. When you're supposed to say that you need to give us when you dispatch stuff or when you book stuff, driver's name, cell phone number, DOT number, right? Every time, right?
Yep.
Right? All right. So we're going to call that driver up. If we don't have his number, we're going to call you and say, hey, what's the driver's number? So we can get the dispatch agreement over to him, or what's the email address, so we get the dispatch agreement over to him. But if you give us the number, like you're supposed to, or you supply the email address, then we're going to take that confirmation sheet, and we're going to do what? We're going to forward it right over to the driver or to the, let's call it, right? And we're going to get them to, sign off on it, right? We're going to do all that. You're pretty much done.
Okay. I think my confusion was I didn't realize on the confirmation sheet that's supposed to be sent to dispatch at RBBS.
Everything comes to us. You all don't worry about any of that. All you worry about is finding carriers to pick up and deliver freight. That's your only job. Okay?
Okay.
We have everything else. All right. All right. Everybody understands where everything goes when you book a load, or when you dispatch a load. Now,
RBBS.com.
All right, great. Now, for those of you who just came on here, if you are booking one of our contracted loads, all you do is you call Barb. Okay, this is Barb's information. For those of you who don't know, I'm going to pull it up for you. This is the.
I can hear.
Now, this is the email you get when I send over the stuff from Barb. This is our contracted shipper, Camp International. Okay, that's what we have the contract with for our what's called loads, right? So when you get this, this is what you all get, and you notice here it's the exact same sheet that I sent out to you all that has you all's information on it, but you know that it has their logo, has their information, has Barb's number on it and everything. I would suggest everyone, please do this. Put Barb's name and number in your contact list and put her on speed dial, because you're gonna be calling her. Because when you have a driver that calls up that wants one of these loads, that's who you're gonna call. You're gonna call Barb. Hey Barb, I got a driver who wants one of your loads. Barb's gonna say, great. Okay, where's he out of? Where's he going? And which load he wants? This is that. Barb's okay. We got it. Then Barb's gonna do what? She's gonna send all the confirmation stuff over to what? Where's she gonna send that to, everybody? Don't everybody speak at one time. Barb is gonna send it over to where?
At RBBS.com.
Exactly. Everything comes to dispatch at RBBStransport.com. Okay? That's where that's where she is going to send the confirmation sheets and everything over to. She's going to send it over to us. We're going to call that driver because you did what? After you got off the phone with Barb, you did what? You sent us a text, you called us or something, or you notified us, hey, I just booked the load with Barb. And the load is going from where, going to here, and the driver's name is this, and his cell phone number is this. Because it's the same thing every time. It's the same thing every time. So this becomes like just a regular routine for you. Because you're going to do the exact same thing every single time. When you book a load with Barb, with one of these loads that they call up on one of our loads that we have posted, you're going to call Barb and say, hey, guy wants this load going for such. Barb is going to say, great. Then you're going to text us, hey, I just booked the load with Barb, such. Here's the guy's DOT number, here's his cell phone number. Barb is going to send us the confirmation sheet. We're going to take it from there. We're going to call them up, say, hey, this is John's Transport. You just booked the load with Tony. On one of our agents. He'll say, yeah, I just got the phone with Tony. All right, great. Here's your confirmation sheet. We'll send it to you right now. I need you to review it, sign it, send it back to us at dispatch at RBBStransport.com. They're going to send it back to us. We're going to dispatch them. We're going to track the load from start to finish. We're going to update Barb every time they need to call in to make sure they picked up the load. They check in at the consignee. They're going to call us. We're going to take care of all that. We do all of that. We send them the information right from our TMS system so that they can get paid. They send us the BOLs. We do all of that. In the meantime, you all are what? You're back out looking for you another what? Another truck driver or another load. That simple. Okay? Don't overcomplicate this. Don't start trying to take on more work than you need to right now. Because right now, your only job is to do what? Make money. When you start making money, then later you can learn more about what to do as far as on the brokerage side of all the aspects of it. But right now, you all need to make money. And all you need to do to make money is what? Book the load, drop it off to us. That's all you need to do to make money. Book the load, drop it off to us. Dispatch, get a dispatch agreement, drop it off to us. Book the load, drop it off to us. That's all you need to do. Okay? Let us worry about the paperwork and all the procedures and everything this and that. Now, as you get more into this and you get to the point to where you got you a nice book of business, you got you a whole bunch of carriers who you're dispatching for, and you're turning, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 a week, and you're doing great, then you want to actually get into handling a lot of this stuff yourself. Yeah, then you can say, okay, I want to start doing this stuff because I want to learn more about how to broker, and I want to work to becoming and getting my own brokerage firm and getting my own bond. At that time, we'll say, great, let's work with you, because then you're starting to take some of the load off of us. You see what I'm saying? But right now, no. You all just need to concentrate on making money. And that's all you need to concentrate on. Getting your bookings up, building your book of business, building up your clientele, and getting a nice flow of money that's coming in that you just repeating over and over and over again. All right? Any questions so far?
No question. Tampa International, does your flatbed loads, everything that has to be expedited as far as paperwork goes over to Barbara, dispatch, RBB.
They know exactly what to do. Yeah, they know exactly what to do. Also, I want to let y'all know that Mr. Anthony Green, Tony Green, has came on with us. He has years and years and years and years of experience. He's a wealth of knowledge. He's probably going to be at some point in time later on, hopefully, he may be one of the ones that are conducting some of these sales training, some of these training calls. He has brought over 3 new shippers, right? It was 3 new shippers, right?
3 new shippers, and kind of like yesterday, I talked to a friend of mine, an owner-operator that has 23 trucks. I sent him over a dispatcher agreement, so I'm just waiting for him to get back and send that in to you.
Okay. All right. But just let me know when those shippers are ready to start sending us loads, or we need to talk with them, or anything we need to get them. I've sent them out there. I've gotten them loaded up into our SIN and TMS system. Got the information over to TBS so that when we get information, and TBS can factor all those loads for us. They can factor in the loads that they send over to us. But here shortly, we should be seeing those loads coming in from those 3 new shippers. So you're going to be looking at a lot more loads that are going to be going out to you all on a daily basis. Okay, that load list, our broker loads are going to increase drastically. Okay, so you're going to be getting a lot more loads here in the near future. All right, but the big thing is right now that. Okay, let's get up and running with that, because this is going to look. And I know those of you who have not done this before, you don't understand the importance of that DAT load board. It's like night and day. It's like going from eating hamburger to eating, prime rib and lobster tail every night. Okay. I mean, it's that big of a difference. The money is that big of a difference. And when you're exposing these guys on 1, 2, 3, and you're exposing these guys on Trucker's Path, you're exposing them to those type of loads that they are not used to seeing. And please do not tell them where you're getting it from, because you don't want them to suddenly realize, well, shoot, I might even go get me a DAT account myself. You understand what I'm saying? Like I say, that's one secret you better take to your grave, okay? Because that's your goose. Don't lead the fox to your goose pen that's laying the golden eggs, okay? So, but the cross bookings, that is going to be your key to booking 7 to 10 loads per day, okay? And does everyone see how? Does everyone see how beneficial that is going to be to your success?
Sure, it increases your dexterity to be able to function in multiple places, different billboards.
Yeah, and cross booking is the way you're going to accomplish that. And what makes this possible for you all is because you all can both broker and you can dispatch. I keep bringing that up because I need you all to understand the advantage you all have. Now, I can promise you, he understands it, because he's done it the old way for years, right?
A lot of background noise.
Yeah, so and the restrictions that were placed on you as doing this the old way, okay? It's like having someone take the chains off of you and say, "Go run free."
That's true.
I mean. So I need y'all to understand the importance of the DAT, and if you really want to if you want to take this to the next level, let's get on board with the DAT. Let's work it. Every week we're going to train on it. Every week we're going to talk about it. A lot of y'all are going to get sick of it, but man, we talk about the same thing all the time. Yeah, because the same thing all the time is what makes us money all the time. So that's what we're going to do. Okay. I mean, I'll trade it.
Hey, Calvin, do you have a JPEG that you could probably send me, and I will put it on the Square profile image.
What? Yeah, I've got a. I've seen you the RBBS logo.
Okay.
Yeah. You can actually get it right from my Facebook page. It's my profile picture.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do it like that then.
Okay. Yeah. It's my profile picture on Facebook. So, all right.
I got a quick question.
Yeah, go ahead.
My only question is, how soon can we send in our money for the DAC? I'm ready to roll.
How soon can you do what now?
Send in the $75 for the DAC.
Get with
I'm ready
Marcus
to roll.
on that. Marcus.
Yep.
Get with Marcus
Hey,
on that. Marcus
hey,
is one who.
he just like me. I'm itching to get off this call so I can call Eric back so I can make the payment. I already got the Square account set up, and I'm going to put the JPEG on there. I'm ready just like he is. I've been ready since last night.
So.
Okay, well, I'm ready to roll too. So I got mine
Right.
ready to send in today.
Yeah,
So,
I'm gonna send everybody Marcus's information, his Facebook page, and so you can all link with him on Facebook. And I'm gonna send out. I'm gonna send his extension out to you. You can get his extension off of our load sheet too, so you can call him and leave him a message there. But I'm gonna send everyone out his Facebook page, and so you all, so all of y'all will have.
Who invested it? You ready? Who is that?
this Courtney.
Okay, Courtney. Yeah, as soon as we get off this call, I'm gonna call Eric, and we should be ready to rock and roll, man.
And hold on for a second.
All right,
Everybody, give me a second. This is Calvin with RBBS. Yes.
Did you get the pictures that I emailed you?
I'm in a conference call right now, but I'm pretty sure I got them. If there's a problem with them, I will let you know. But you've already picked up and delivered that curtain, right? Yeah. Okay, and you all are gonna be set to pick up the other one on tomorrow. Okay. All right. If you all want these on a regular basis, I'll check with Barb and see if we can get them to you on a regular basis. And if she has them on a regular basis, you all can run these loads every week. Yep. Okay, great. I'll check out the pictures, and I'll let you know if there's a problem. Yeah, I've already sent you the other email to the load that's picking up on tomorrow, and then when you send over your BOLs, we'll get those over to TBS, and TBS will have you all's checked up for you next week if all your BOLs are in by tomorrow before 3 o'clock. All right. Great. Thanks for your help. All right. Anyway, but that was a couple of those I booked this morning. But yeah, but this business is not hard. But as Marcus was saying, he's waiting to get off the phone. He's waiting to get off this conference call so y'all can get started on that and get started with the DAT, because that is going to be the catalyst to you all being able to book just about everybody you're talking to. All you all have got to do is think like a business owner. I keep saying this because I really need y'all to do this. Think like a business owner. When you got somebody on the phone, and no matter what load they're calling in on, always remember that you can switch them over and get them loads from that, and and kind of just blow them away really. And people are like, wow, y'all got some good loads. Where you getting your loads from? Don't you ever tell them. Don't you never let that come out your mouth. Those words that never let that be spoken from your mouth. Somebody asks you where you get your loads from, just tell them, hey, we just get lucky, man. Whatever. But tell them anything except, oh yeah, we get them from that. Don't let that come out your mouth. All right.
Hey Calvin, I got a question. You probably didn't answer this question before. When just like the phone call you just got, if some of the drivers are finished delivering their load, does TBS operate the same with them as far as when they send their commission, or do the drivers get sent? The factoring company sends them their money within 24 hours.
No, factoring company's TBS. Look, everybody is paid the following Friday after the BOLs are sent in. Okay? If you have your BOLs in by Friday, look, don't get into all this advanced pay and next day pay and quick pay, because that's only gonna cause you problems. Okay? Don't get into quoting that stuff. If TBS offers that, but let TBS handle that. Okay? You don't get mixed in. We don't get mixed in or really involved with that, because we're not the ones that's actually doing it. And if we're the ones who are quoting it to them when they have a problem with it through TBS, or if they have a problem with it through TBS, then guess who they're gonna call, and guess who's gonna be bogged down with all the complaints and everything else. You see what I'm saying?
Right, but so do we need to tell the driver to who the factoring company is and to discuss that with them?
Yeah, just tell them to look. All those are factored through TBS. If you have your BOLs in by Friday at 3 o'clock, you get paid the following Friday. It's just that simple. Keep it simple, stupid. Don't complicate it. Don't start complicating it with advance pay, because advance pay requires them to pay like almost $29 just to get advance pay. Don't complicate it with next day with quick pay, because quick pay is going to cost them almost $13 to $14 to get the quick pay option. Okay, and quick pay is not really.
I just wanted to know how to answer the question, because the guy who has his own authority, he asked me about it, so I didn't want to give him the wrong information.
I mean, it's on our website, and you read it on the website. It's self-explanatory. You even have the fees posted on the website, but that's all handled through TBS.
Gotcha. Okay.
All right. And when they get their pay from TBS, they'll be able to contact TBS if that's what they want.
Okay.
Okay. But word of advice though, that type of stuff, I mean, it ain't gonna make you no more money. It ain't gonna make you no less money. I mean, so why even bother with it? I'm just letting you know, okay? Because all it's gonna do is it's gonna cause. Now, I take that back. It can cause you to make less money, because it's just gonna bog you down with complaints and headaches and stuff that you don't need to be worried, that you really don't need to be bothering yourself with. So I don't even quote.
Well, my thought process is, you don't have to start the conversation, but if somebody asks you a question and they're an owner-operator and they're used to using a factoring company, you don't want to mislead them, and they're asking you a specific question.
I didn't quite hear what you said, but I heard. But you want to know what my thought process on it is? My thought process is on this. Why do you want to know? Because when it boils down to it, if you got to have your money right then and there, then you got to have problems with that carrier from the start, because that tells you what?
Can't afford to run.
Exactly. They can't afford to run. And if they can't afford to run, you really shouldn't even be doing business with them. You understand what I'm saying? Because all you're going to do is trust me on this, you're going to bog yourself down in problems. You need to understand, you're going to bog yourself down in problems. And when you start having a whole bunch of problems, you ain't making no money, because you got to deal with the problems. So steer clear of that. Just steer clear of it. If they start asking you about quick pay and all that stuff, just tell them, say, TBS handles that. The information is on our website. Plain and simple.
Okay.
I mean, they know how to read. They know how to put in RBBStransport.com, and they can go right to it and read it for themselves. It's self-explanatory, and it's all handled by TBS. Try not to get yourself involved in that, because if you do, just trust me on it. I mean, you can do it, but don't say I didn't tell you. Okay, because when you come back and say, man, you were right, and I'm gonna say, man, I told you so. Okay. All right. Unfortunately, our time is coming to a close. I don't want to use up all of our space on our conference call thing, which we got a lot of space, but we are recording. So, but anyway, if there's no more pertinent questions right now, let me cover some stuff real quick. For Mr. Green, And those of you who have not gotten your toll-free numbers, I think everybody got them except Mr. Green, because Mr. Green's Facebook account had kind of glitches on it. he wasn't seeing our correspondence. So, but we're gonna, Mr. Green, we'll get that out to you tonight. Okay,
Thank you.
You'll have your toll-free number and your by tonight. Okay. For everybody else, you're gonna be. The loads are going to increase because, thanks to Mr. Green, we got 3 new shippers. We're going to be bringing on. We're looking for big things from those shippers. Get with Marcus on that load board. That is priority number 1 for everybody. Because, look, if you want to make money in this business, I'm telling you, that is going to be the key. And those of you who've been in this a while, you already see what it can do. That's why you're anxious to get off this call and go make it happen right now. So let's get on this DAT. Let's start, booking loads, dispatching loads for, 9 out of 10 people that call us up, and there's no reason for us not to. And let's start doing that cross booking, going to 123, going to Tucker's Path, and running down the list and using that cross booking method. If any of you have questions about the cross booking method, hit me up on Facebook. Come on. If you have questions about some of this stuff, a lot of you call me up all the time. We talk, on Facebook. Facebook has a nice little app. You can call us one right there on Facebook. And a lot of you, we talk, all times of the night about, what's the best way to handle this? What's the best way to do that? How do we book this? So if the sales calls are a little bit too overwhelming for you, and you need some of that one-on-one time, whatever it can be, shoot me a Facebook message. I'll call you back. I always call people back. I'll call you back and see what's going on, and we'll go over it. All right? I appreciate y'all. Thank you all for showing up. Again, remember, next week, Thursday, 1:15 p.m., same bat channel, same bat time. Y'all have a good day.
Calvin, I'm going to call you on your cell.
Okay.
I got to ask you a quick question.